For this last video in our Fear Not series, I want to share with you a verse that has been of very special value to me over the past year. And it's a verse that's found in Psalm 23. It's verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23 is one of those parts of Scripture that we know really well and have probably known it since we were children. It's a passage from the Bible which we may have memorized, and it has also been arranged into a well-known hymn, often sung at weddings and funeral, very well known. Yet there are actually depths of meaning to this psalm that we can't learn simply by memorizing the words. We can only learn the preciousness of them through the experiences of life. At the beginning of September last year, my wife Elizabeth had to attend the hospital for a follow-up consultation after surgery earlier in that year. She was apprehensive because of a cough that she had had for several weeks. And I was also a little wary too, because her previous consultations had all taken place over the telephone. So I made sure that I went with her to the hospital. Elizabeth's faith in God was real, and it really showed on that day at the hospital. I was tremendously impressed with the calm way in which she received the news that no one wants to hear, that the cancer that she had spread. There were two words that day that really rocked me. They were the words aggressive and incurable. And for probably the first time in my life, I learned what it was to enter what David describes as the valley of the shadow of death. There followed a tearful and a fearful 24 hours as we told our family and friends. It wasn't even the last bad news that we got. Yet as we took the journey through that deep valley together, the Lord impressed upon us the words of this psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. It's not that the Lord promises no evil on our pathway. Evil just means the negative experiences of life in this verse. Far better than that, He promises to be with us on that journey. I think of the disciples in the storm on the Sea of Galilee in Mark chapter 4. They had the Lord with them in the boat. The evil could not overcome them when they had the assurance of His presence with them, although they didn't feel it at the time. In the ups and downs of cancer treatment, the good days and the bad days, improvement and then deterioration, the Lord's presence was our experience day by day until that morning, 3 months ago today, that the Lord in His wisdom took Elizabeth home to Himself. Psalm 89 verse 33 reminds us of this promise. My loving kindness will I not utterly take from Him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. Maybe you're passing through a similar valley just now. Perhaps it's a deeper one than mine was. But just remember, if you can, that you cannot be alone when the faithful shepherd is with you. He will not fail. As Paul reminds us in 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Those are the resources that are found in the Lord. Elizabeth proved His faithfulness right through the valley. He was with her. Now she is with Him, dwelling in the house of the Lord forever, as verse 6 of this psalm tells us. May the Lord help us to lean on His faithfulness as the answer to our faithfulness. May God bless His word to everyone.